Hello everybody, I'm Lois Tomey. I'm at the Harry Chapin Food Bank today, giving you an update on the state of the food bank and to thank all of you who have been so generous to us here at the food bank with donations of food, donations of money, donations of your time. Please keep it coming. We're feeding a lot of hungry people here every single month. Joining me today is Dennis Hall, who is the Director of Operations here at the food bank. Dennis, thanks so much for being with us today. I know you're a busy guy. First of all, just tell us what you do here at the food bank.
Well, since I've been Director of Operations, it's really been interesting since COVID, and it's a lot going on here. Basically, I oversee the facilities here. We have a warehouse staff of about 20 people. We have drivers, there's about 17 of those.
You're a major input-output operation, moving food in and out very quickly. Can you give me an idea of what the different amount of food you're seeing now as opposed to pre-COVID?
We are handling double the amount of food. Prior to COVID, our warehouse received roughly 2 million pounds of food a month, and now it is receiving 4 million pounds of food per month. Our distributions were around 2 million a month, and now we are distributing nearly 3.8 million pounds of food.
How are you managing that with your facilities? I know the warehouse hasn't doubled in size. How are you managing all this food?
Very carefully. We've actually had to get some off-site property just to manage the overflow.
But you're still managing it day in and day out.
It's got to be creative.
Yeah, that's right. We see your trucks on the road all the time. I mean, I'm sure everybody out there watching has seen your trucks on the road. Are you worried about how many miles you're putting on those trucks? I know that those are an expensive purchase for a nonprofit.
We've added a few trucks, plus a few rental trucks at this time during COVID. I think we're up to 6 rental trucks to make the distributions happen. We've hired temp drivers for that also. So it's been, again, being very creative on how we do things here. We've actually increased our miles probably about 25%. We were at about 20,000 a month, but we're up to about 27,000 a month on the truck now.
And how about the mobile pantries? You're doing so many more mobile pantries. I imagine you're managing a lot of that as well.
Our drivers do help in that aspect, but we're doing about 13 a week currently, and we would normally, I think, pre-COVID do about 7 or 8.
Okay. What about food sourcing? I know you get food from all different types of sources, but I imagine that has changed dramatically for you during COVID as well.
Pre-COVID, we had a lot of donated food. We do a retail rescue. We also have just straight out donations and food drives. That has changed dramatically. We're now purchasing a lot of food to meet the demand. Pre-COVID, we're probably spending about $40,000 a month on food purchases. Now we're doing about 1 million per month.
So if I want to help out the food bank, I would imagine cash would be king, because not only can the cash pay for food that you're talking about, but could help gas a truck.
Absolutely. Cash is the easiest way to help us here at the food bank. We can do so much more with it than a regular donation of food.
And if I wanted to have a food drive and help out the food bank, are you still able to handle those kinds of donations as well?
Yes, we can. We do have a team that works with that. It has slowed down since COVID because of the social distancing and everything, but we do still do the food drives.
Well, Dennis, I mean, thank you so much for taking the time. Thank your guys for doing the hard work for us day in and day out. The warehouse is looking great. You're doing a great job.
Well, my pleasure. Thank you.
And I want to make sure that you know, if you want to learn how to help out the food bank, please go to harrychapinfoodbank.org. You can make a donation there. You could volunteer your time if you would like to. You can also make food donations at any time. The Harry Chapin Food Bank thanks you so much for all that you've done for us so far. You know there are so many families out there hurting. You can make a difference in their lives. Again, go to harrychapinfoodbank.org.